Alright, hey everyone, we'll get started in a few minutes. You know I don't like waiting for the countdown, so this is why I get it going a little early. I should type in chat here. Let's see. Ask your AI questions. We're live until 6 p.m. today. Here at Mitchell Park Library. I can never remember if is it 2 L's or 1 L in Mitchell? I should know this because I work here. And by the way, if you hear any strange sounds today, I do have a background. I added some background music, a music generator thing. But it has the unfortunate consequence of also occasionally it slams a door. I used a library, like a library background generator. So occasionally a medieval library, occasionally there'll be like a bell house that rings, and then you can hear a roaring fireplace, and it's very. I think I used this in the last December. We did a few special edition streams in December. The cozy streams, as they were called, because we wore extra blankets and stuff. It was fun. I think those are live on our channel. There might be a recording here or there somewhere. Let me switch to. Let's go to our screen here. There's the music generator. There's some sliders here if we want to play with that. And I also want to say I did not forget about the video last week. It turns out editing does take a lot more time than you expect. That's kind of the classic thing when you're doing video stuff. I also want to say that I think the process that we kind of went through last time maybe had a few flaws, because as I went back to actually listen to the story, there's some moments like this one where it very clearly could have used like a second shot, we'll call that. For folks who didn't watch it last week, it was kind of like how do we start? We went with ChatGPT. We had to do a really quick like story about a librarian. We took that story, then we asked it to then break it down into a number of scenes. Then those scenes we took and then we copy pasted those to generate images for each one. So that's where each of these images came from. And then he used the voiceover feature, or not voiceover, the voice feature in ChatGPT to like talk it back to us, and then I recorded my screen, and then that's where this track is right here. But let me just show you a sample of where the problems start. It's like it was one setting, but it really could have been like there was definitely like there's an aha moment here that we didn't capture. So let me just
enchanted notebook. It brimmed with rows of information on borrowers, book categories, return dates, and fines.
Oh, this is not
all our clues lie here.
I left a gap in. Over here. Here we go. It's like this scene in particular, like this would have been a lot better.
Flash of inspiration, she remembered the wise.
Let me just start from the beginning. What am I doing? From the very beginning. Here we go.
In the bustling great library, the librarian paced among the towering shelves. A question gnawed at her mind.
So this is scene 1.
How much gold do the students owe for borrowing fiction books last November? No one knew the answer. Then, in a flash of inspiration,
see that flash of inspiration? That should have been
scene 2.
Like a close-up on this character or something, being like, aha! And then, So, yeah, this gets into some of the other issues with using these tools to do storytelling or video making. Is like, how do I get this same character to be in the next scene in the same setting? Because you can see these, while they're similar, these are not the same backgrounds each time. It's a general library type. Well, in this one, they actually have an extra floor they added, so a bit of a library expansion going on there. But, wait, we have 3 floors here, 2 here. It's kind of getting a little bit convoluted. The people on IMDb would just like tear this apart with the continuity issues. it's not as easy as it sounds, but you can at least get something, stitched together easily, and then go from there. As a first draft, I think this was decent, but it did show that there were some parts in the script where the slideshow sort of stuff did not make sense, especially reactions like that. And I think there's another one later in the story too that we kind of. Although I was happy to say that the animation that we did, the Sora one, that's still awesome. So at least we got that one right. Um, anyway, I'd say a better sort of workflow. You maybe want to. I mean, you can still do the scenes and things, but listen to the story once, and then in your mind's eye, come up with like what should actually be happening in the scenes. You don't want like cookie cutter sort of slides and scenery. You can obviously make it a little more fine tuned there. Okay, enough about that though. We have a lot in store today. I did get one organic question, we'll say. Thank you to our viewer who wrote in earlier today asking a question about using ChatGPT to assist with writing, specifically with drafts. So naturally, I did what anyone in my position would do. I immediately went to ChatGPT and asked it how it could help me with that, and it came with a bunch of ideas here. And I thought we'd start by just kind of going through some of these suggestions, and then I'll pepper it with my own sort of thoughts on these suggestions. So the first one is about idea generation and brainstorming. That's definitely something we talked about on all the streams in the past month. Like, yeah, this is a really good tool if you're starting with an idea and then you want some suggestions, you can definitely use that. And let's see what else they say in this. Oh, there's the bell that you just heard, the music generator thing. So, okay, this was from Cambridge.org. Is that Cambridge University? Cambridge University Press. And, they gave us a pop-up. This is kind of just some general info here. Tips for using this for class. This is not specifically what we're talking about. They talk about the art of prompt writing, plagiarism, cheating, which of course is going to come up in a bunch of different school scenarios. I would say that like the main thing is if you're using this for schoolwork, is you don't want it to do the work for you. I mean, this is obvious things that I'm saying right now, but you think of it as a way to accelerate the work that you're already doing. So definitely brainstorming. That's an easy one where you can say like, here's the basic concept. Give me some ideas on this, and maybe we'll do a little bit of this after I go through the list here too. Some example prompts and things we could try. Drafting assistance, number 2 here. Create rough drafts by expanding on initially. It's kind of the same idea as the brainstorming. Although I'd say the difference maybe is in the first one, just idea generation, just throwing out some keywords or something. It doesn't have to be even a complete sentence. Just talking to the chatbot about like sort of more general ideas. And then when you're getting to the draft, you actually have some ideas. Maybe ask it to come up with an argument or a counter argument for your argument. That sort of back and forth feedback would be easy to do. And let's look at this blog too. What were they saying here? By the way, I did look for books on this subject and I couldn't find anything. So that's kind of interesting that we're still very early with that sort of like how-to manual type stuff. There's lots of webinars and workshops and things I've seen about AI in education in general, but not many like how-to guides for teachers or tutors or coaching, like how to use these things. I'd say the easiest or maybe the fastest way is to you personally spend some time and just see what's working or doesn't work in your own sort of context. That was the other question that I didn't get to ask with this viewer is like, really depends on the age range and like the types of topics that you're doing. There's definitely some AI, some chatbots, I should say, that are more like specialized for certain things, or there'll be plugins or other sort of sites you can use that will, be very specific about the types of data that it's using the site, or like come up with those answers. There's a long explanation there to get back to this article that what are they talking about here? Reading comprehension, yeah. Additionage, master. Well, this is kind of general info here. I don't know if I like this blog as much. Here's one thing we can do. I don't know if you've tried this ever, but this is a longer article that I am not going to be able to read right now. And let's go over to my favorite for this line of work, Notebook LM. And let's add this as a website. Hopefully they can. Whoop. That's not. Oh, I see what I did. I meant to grab this. Sometimes the page will block this and you can't scrape it, but other times we'll get some info here. Okay. Generate a briefing doc for us, please. Generating a note. Okay, here's a document summarizing what was in here, and it's kind of not a very good example here. I think we maybe trimmed like half of the word count, but this appears to be just a we've gone from paragraphs to bullet points here. Well, it's either key takeaways. Okay. Oh, I did read this part in the blog. They're saying that they're actually changing some of their their topic areas. I think initially Khan Academy was only like STEM stuff. I might be wrong here. Okay. Well, I guess this just says that it's a place to watch for this type of thing. But there were more ideas here. So let's go. Personalized reading approach. Oh, this one I have heard of. Let's go to there. I've not used it personally, but I know Microsoft has a ton of different tools to encourage reading and help reading. The immersive reader I keep hearing about as a useful tool. This is something completely different, though, that I've not heard of before. So, What do we have here? Oh, we gotta log in. I'm not gonna do that on stream, but I wonder if, let's go back to their page here. Whoops. You can see all my screens now. Microsoft's Reading Coach. I bet there's a YouTube we can watch around this. I've never heard of this.
I'll be showing the new AI-powered Reading Coach, which is now standalone. Reading Coach is our free fluency app, and it's in the web and in Windows. Okay. Using AI, students can generate their own chapters and practice reading out loud, and Reading Coach will give them feedback as well as achievements and awards. Students can also pick which direction the story goes, so they get to create their own
You're watching
story.
Someone
So let's get started.
on a green screen,
get started,
watching someone on green screen.
Coach.microsoft.com, and I'm here at the landing page, and this is where you can sign in. There's a start reading button, and that will sign you in directly.
We've seen that.
I can choose animals.
We just did that.
Fantasy.
Okay,
or
we've got some
fiction.
characters
in
and
this
things.
case, I'm going to choose a bear. Okay, now.
Okay, so this is
here if I want to see how the text looks in immersive reader. But I'm ready to go right here, and I will choose level.
Interesting.
Okay,
reading
I
out
finished
loud.
chapter 1.
Create your next chapter.
I was done reading. I could click see results right here. But what
word practice
that I've seen in Teams as well as standalone and immersive reader. Here we go.
These words were the most challenging for you. Select any.
Okay, it's giving feedback.
Okay, I'm gonna click on towards. So let's open this up.
When you're ready, press the microphone.
And this is not quite out in Reading Coach, but it'll be coming very soon.
Ooh.
Depending on the achievements that you earn, you can unlock
it's doing
new
achievements.
characters.
It's got some.
So, for example, if I have a certain type
here.
of achievement or a number of achievements, I'm next.
Paste.
we just saw.
Passage, IT
And
admin side. Well, we're going to skip the IT
Directory.
admin part.
In the near future, we will make this available
Very
as default
interesting.
on for all.
That's Microsoft Teams. Huh. Like, here's another interesting thing you can do with your chat assistants here. Since this is so on topic, we're gonna go back here. I'll return to this other one. Let's say, okay, what are the pros and cons of Microsoft Reading Coach? And I'm gonna enable web searching. Share this as a list to try to make it more concise. Okay, pros: personalized learning, tailoring content, interests and reading levels, practice, inclusive design, supports immersive reader. Cons: oh, okay. Accessible by web and Windows app. It is not mobile. Okay, well, this one here, accuracy issues, this is another reason to have a, we still need humans around. I've heard, I saw a list the other day, it was like the top 100 or so professions that are going to be affected by AI. And people were saying like the first like 20 or so, there's a lot of teachers in there. And I really disagree with that one. Because there's not, not all teaching is not all going to go to AI. That does not make sense for me. To me. Maybe I'll find that in the, let me make a note here. I have a feeling we'll have some free time at the end of this 2 hours, so we can, things that I did not get to talk about today. That list about the 100 professions. Okay. Limited integration with existing curriculums. Okay, that, I'm not quite sure where they're going with here. There's an AIforthat.com. I've never heard of this site. Okay, this is a review of this tool from this site. No reviews. It seems like a strong lead, though. I wonder how new this is. How many versions are out there? Like, when did this... Because I know Immersive Reader has been, that's been around for at least like 7 or 8 years. This Reading Coach thing sounds like it's maybe part of the, OpenAI acquisition stuff. Okay, and it's free. Fairly recent. Okay. Whoop. Oh, that was trying to highlight here. March 13th. Huh. Well, as a librarian, this is very relevant to my interests, and I hope it is also relevant to you if you're watching right now. This sounds a little bit like our AI storytelling workshops where you have it do... I mean, this is more like clicking to add things. We're doing more with like prompting, but... Okay. All right, back to that other list we had going there. Were there any other? Well, that's all they had there. There were a few sources that we got through here. Let's go back. Back to... No, not that one. Oh, hey, Monday.com. Oh, wait, this is something I made earlier today. Oh, don't look. Stay away from the screen. This is not what I meant to click on. That's on a blog post. That's on a blog post. Okay, here we go. Okay, we said, what would we leave off on? We looked at number 3. That was the coach thing. Number 4, editing and revision support. And I have a few more links about this later on. With varying degrees of success, this might work. there are other tools that I think are better for grammar checking and fixing things. The number one, the one that I like anyway, is called HemingwayApp.com. I like this one maybe because I do a lot of web writing, and the tendency for longer run-on sentences is more difficult to spot sometimes than like a blog style thing, because I don't know, just the way that we read on a screen is different than the way that we read on the written page. But this one's nice, and it's free, and it also has a paid version with some other AI stuff built in there. But yeah, you could also use a ChatGPT or other chatbot to help with that. What else do we have here? Research summarization, yes. And I think the best one for that is that Notebook LM that we just showed a minute ago, because that lets you take notes, and it gives your notes have a direct link to where it shows up in whichever uploaded PDF or website that you're linking to. Interactive exercises, a focus on skills. Okay, what is this one talking about? Oh, this is that same blog. They double dipped on the sources here. We already liked this one. Let's go back. We also had responsible use of AI, emphasizing the enhancement of your skills, not substituting your own effort. I think we already knew this one, but I'm glad it's in the list here. Okay, let's go to the other links I had found around, because I did some other searching, just like, you know, what are other people using to support their writing, and I'm really hoping that I didn't accidentally close that window. No, I did. Okay, so this is a Reddit post from 2 years ago. And whenever you're reading things online about AI, definitely take a note of when it was written, because they're going to discuss some limitations that are not there anymore. So, and let me make this text larger so I can read it here. This person wrote 2 years ago, does anyone use ChatGPT or AI to help with their writing? I'm a wannabe comic artist / writer. I write my scripts in Google Docs. I use Grammarly to help with grammar. These programs are what I use to write stories for the past 3 years. Recently, I started a ChatGPT account. I was curious to see how well it helped with writing. I hit writer's block a few times with my script. Yeah, writer's block, and not a thing anymore. I think if you're using these tools the right way, they can help you get out of that writer's block very quickly. You don't even have to copy paste the entire book you're writing or anything like that. It could just be, here's the scenario, what happens next with these characters, or here's an outline of what I've written so far. What are some things that I missed? You can add to your outline that way. What else could you do? You could have it take your conclusion, and then, you know what? I just realized I forgot to write. Oh, one moment, please. I forgot to put a sign on the door saying that we're live right now. So this one's very important because I don't want people to knock on that door. One moment. Okay, we're back. We're back. All right, let me just, I was reading this. We don't need to read. You probably already read what is on the screen without me. Let's see what some of the, oh, this is a good suggestion. Yeah, revise, fix this part of the story. So back in the day, 2 years ago, if you went and you type in your script or your story, copy pasted it into there, it might start to just rewrite the entire thing. Nowadays, there's a new tool. It's the Composer. So in ChatGPT, maybe I can get that an example here for you. Oh, sorry, not composer, the canvas. This is kind of nifty. So you can, okay, a short story about Chris who is streaming about AI right now. This is very risky. I just typed it. Oh, very accurate so far. Okay, so it's typing a story. We're typing. I didn't tell it anything about the length, so we'll see what happens next. This might be a future video that we make here. Okay, so yeah, it wrote the thing, and then you can go in and just say, just revise this paragraph. Yeah, would you like to tweak or expand on any part of it? This sort of like prompting of you, the human, was not there before, so it was very easy to kind of get more like a TMI reply with your chatbots when you're doing creative writing or anything, a sort of longer form text like that. What else did people say about here? Yeah, it is still verify. Oh, see, it stores every conversation made and uses it for future queries. This is not true anymore. There is a setting under your account where you can disable that. So, or you could look into running this locally on your desktop computer. That's also possible. For the most part, I should say, not every use case there. Okay, that's this is. I guess I'm also kind of surprised to see that there's a subreddit for writers. I never thought of that. Oh, this come up later. Oh, here we go. I also saw this tweet earlier today, and for academic purposes, I thought it was kind of interesting to just go through this and see what I agree or disagree with. So they're saying project management and scheduling and use it as a sample prompt. This definitely does work. However, whenever I've used a chatbot to help with project management, you need to be very careful about it not knowing certain human elements, like, oh, this week is a holiday or people are on vacation that time. So it'll come up with a schedule that is kind of like, there's a lot of assumptions built in about like availability and like the time commitment, things like that. So you could have it, help sort of plan out a writing project, but it's not going to be complete. And unless you've already told it a lot of details about yourself or your plans over the next 3 months, it's going to miss some things. But it will at least give you a very usable template that you can modify and then go from there. So yes, number one on Mushtaq Bilal's PhD at Mushtaq Bilal, their Twitter handle. I definitely agree with that one. Let's see number 2 here. Brainstorming ideas. We just talked about that one. So this is, yes, as a warm-up question. You could use this virtually for any topic and at least get something. I mean, this is the hardest part for me as a writer, is like staring at the blank page sometimes not helpful. At least having something there. You could also tell it to not, don't include too many details in this brainstorm. I just want it to sort of, get the creative juices flowing here. Number 3 in the list, outlining. Yeah, that's, yeah. I mean, similar to number 2 before. I'm forgetting to, I should be pasting these into chat. That's the one we're reading right now. What else? There's a video here, but I'm not gonna click the video. Personalized reading assistant. Yeah. The thing to know about this one is the cutoff date. If you're using free account chatbots, they might not know the latest news about your favorite author or, what's happening in the world. Unless it has something that like a web search integration, you might be dealing with some replies back that are like, well, as a chatbot, my knowledge cutoff is on February 2nd, 2023. So I don't have details about that. Just be aware. But there are solutions to those problems too. So you're not, you're not totally stuck in that. A personal reading assistant. I mean, I've used this to, like we just saw, summarize a blog post, take a PDF, sort of give like a one-page summary for 20 pages or so of things, tell it more about like why you're reading that PDF. It will give you answers back that are more relevant to you. Let's move on. This number 5, semantic search. Yes. This is a really good one actually. So yeah, usually using Control F in a document works sometimes. However, if you do not know the exact terminology or lingo or jargon in whatever you're reading about, it's not going to catch that. However, there are tools like they mentioned, like Claude. Oh wait. They say Claude can't process documents scanned as an image, but yes, if it is. Oh, I didn't know this either. Google Gemini can, because it has OCR built in. I'm gonna have to test that one out. Yeah, well, I guess they're getting into the fact that like sometimes what you're reading is not as accessible to the computers as you. Yeah, it worked pretty well. I mean, this is kind of like keyword subject searching when you're in a library catalog. Like, you might have to try a few different terms to get to what you're looking for if you don't know the exact word that they use. Okay, well, here's a pitch for I'm gonna skip over the advertisement because this is a non-commercial stream we're doing right now. But okay, this number 6 one, I feel like this is going back to number 1 in the list. But is there? Oh, that's funny. I think this is the prompt they used to write this blog post. 10 use cases AI apps academic writing make a sentence using these words. Oh, maybe not. Translations, definitely that is there, and I've heard from multiple people that it can be more accurate than the usual translation tools that they're used to. What else we have? Reference managers. Yeah. I would still okay. Let's zoom in on this. So let's be very clear. We're not using chatbots to write our references because there's a chance out of the box that you might get some false positives there, or as they say in the industry, some hallucinations may appear in your citations. Actually, there was a famous court case a little while ago where someone got in trouble for doing this. So it was like citing case law that didn't exist. Yeah. You can, however, take your existing references and say convert it to this format. That would definitely work. And then upload to a reference manager. I've not heard of Mendeley. Let's see what that one is. Oh, we're skipping ahead here. Whoops. Mendeley reference manager. Huh. Okay. It is a Zotero competitor. And I just say that because I think in terms of age ranges, probably Zotero or EndNote earliest, and then Zotero, and this one is probably number 3 in the list. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Okay, so that definitely works. Copying, proofreading. I'm gonna take this one step further and say you take advantage of the voice features in ChatGPT or other tools. Whenever I say ChatGPT in the stream, I mean in general, you might benefit from taking whatever you wrote and then have it read it back to you. Like, this is kind of the same process I have with, like, I remember in school being like, I need to edit on a printed page because it is a different experience than seeing it on screen, especially the screen that I just stared at for like 3 hours writing this, this first draft. Like, kind of switching modes, so having it read back to you, that might be a useful feature. You can make a video, but that's kind of more intense for an AI as an AI tool. Let's see what else. Yeah, okay. Actually, this was number 10 in the list. It was, yes, use it as a peer reviewer. So upload the draft, critique your arguments, list criticisms. Maybe not have it revise your paper, but give you a list of suggested edits, and then you, as the writer, sort of vet those suggestions. Like, does it make sense what it just said to do? Okay, that's the end of the article. I'm gonna go back to our library website, and let's just do a quick search here. I tried a few. I think the problem before is that I was searching specifically for ChatGPT and writing, but let's try just Gen. And I'm guessing it's not going to show anything, but I can also, this might be an artifact of a catalog thing that you should know about. And what is that thing you should know about, Chris? Well, this site, oh, it's going to have me log in here. Sometimes it might be beneficial to go directly to our ebook vendors and do a second search, just to double check. Actually, I think with O'Reilly in this situation, we do have a direct sync between their database and our catalog search. So not as big of an issue with that one, but... Okay, well, we could use this as an opportunity to test out some ChatGPT stuff. Oh. Oh no. Oh, we didn't finish the story that this wrote a second ago. But I'm getting distracted here. Let's go and have it suggest some search terms. Can't type today. For a library catalog to find books about writing with AI. We don't know if this is going to work. We'll see. Now, unfortunately, right now I can't have it go search with all of these automatically, but that is something in our future. It's just having it sort of automate a lot of that. I think we might find something with digital tools for writing. So we'll try that one. Generative AI right now, I think this is a little too new to be having books about it, but we'll try that one too. All right, we gotta scroll up here. Digital forensics explained. That is not what we were looking for. Yeah, no, it still looks like there is not much there. Let's try another one. AI and storytelling. Data storytelling. Well, that's different. ChatGPT photography and visual storytelling prompts. I'm a little bit cautious by the fact that Anthony Joseph here has two titles that kind of sound like Like, what I'm afraid of is that this might be a book that was written with AI, about writing with AI, which was maybe gonna... we gotta read it first before I recommend this one. But let's see what... Yeah, this, I hate to say it, but this is making me a little bit cautious about, like, these all appear to be AI generated covers, and well, I mean, we should probably wait for reviews on this one. We're not gonna read it on stream today, but it is interesting that we have these titles showing up now. You know what? I wonder if LinkedIn has anything. Let's check that one out. Which, by the way, is free with your library card. So, here, let me log in right now. Close that. Okay. I'm picking LinkedIn because this is now a Microsoft company, and they, of course, have some investment in some AI tools. So, creative, or maybe we'll just say writing with AI tools. Okay. This is interesting. This is from last year, but this one was updated a couple weeks ago. A lot of these are shorter videos too. Well, now it's getting into other things like the data stuff here. Is there a way to... Oh, there is. Okay, we're gonna sort by newest here. Oh, Apple Intelligence. Yeah, okay, this brings up a good point. There are some newer...
A great new feature that Apple Intelligence brings to just about...
Apple built in some writing tools into their OS recently too. So let's... The same sort of like, you know, within the page, like create a paragraph on this. I wish I'd thought of that sooner. We could have found some other articles about this one, because literally this one's like, what, a week or two ago, a month ago, we got iOS, right? Apple, when did Apple Intelligence? It was in October, so we're really, it's not been out in the wild for very long. We got 2 months with these tools. Oh, and it does include ChatGPT integration too. So, I wonder if that would replace the need for a $20 a month pro account if you have this already in, you know, your writing stuff. Yeah, well, that's interesting. The bell is ringing. I don't know if you, hopefully everyone can hear that background music there. Oh, let's close this. Okay, we got too many windows open here. This, I think, is where I went there. Yes. Oh, we'll try this in a minute. Oh, wait. Okay, before we move on, because I see there's a few people viewing right now. Let me promote 2 things really quick. So, first off, on our main channel, the Palo Alto State Library channel, a quick recap of some Scratch Coding Club games and things that were made. These are fun to I mean, there's chickens catching rocks versus diamonds. Some typos included too. It's fun stuff. There's another event you need to know about too. It's this 2025 Silicon Valley Reads program. That's over here at siliconvalleyreads.org. There's a kickoff event soon. These are the books. This is a county-wide sort of thing, so it's not just our library. I'm sure you will hear about it on the radio, in newspapers, and a bunch of places. So, just doing my part to promo. There's a mailing list too to sign up for. Yeah, let's get this. Okay, we'll try this out next. I'm not sure how successful this will be. I have a sneaking suspicion it will break, but we'll see how it goes. Sam Altman, what is it, yesterday? No, today. About 6 hours ago. Was asking about, what do you think? Well, okay, a week ago he posted this question and they wrote a summary today, being like, things that you'd like to fix in AI in 2025. Common things here. AGI, that's funny. AGI and agents. I feel like agents are kind of already on the way. I mean, they are here in some contexts in other platforms. We haven't seen it so much built into like the ChatGPT web interface yet, but they are available. In fact, there's a whole like Microsoft AI agent. There's a whole thing here that they've done already. If you want to get ahead of the curve, I would be looking at this AI agent builder thing. Yeah. That's already happening. Not yet released or announced by OpenAI, but we know that it does exist. Better, much better 4.0 upgrade. I have no idea what this means. Hopefully it means something to them. Much better memory, okay, as in the memory feature that was released like a year ago, where you could start having chats where it would sort of get saved to this long-term memory space, and then your new chats would recall that information. The context, so context as in like being able to upload very large documents or having very long chats without the system kind of breaking down. This is I like to think of the context window as all of these tools kind of have a limited fuel tank, and then if you ask it a little too much, it runs out of fuel and it starts to get a little bit hangry and it's not giving the replies that should. Grown-up mode. I don't know what that means, but I imagine this is something like the way a lot of people use custom instructions in ChatGPT to say, like, always reply as if I am a PhD in this field. Or, like, assume that in all of my chats, I know I'm very familiar with this and you only need to give me, like, very specific details. Instead of the tendency for these tools to kind of do a long preamble about, like, what I can or can't know. Like, I would like that grown-up mode just so it doesn't kind of waste the context, the tokens that are part of this. Because, again, we're working with limited fuel here. Deep research feature. No idea what that means, but we're going to ask ChatGPT what that might mean. Better Sora, Sora is the video editor. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna switch to the more advanced reasoning. Okay, and let's see if we can prompt this to spill the beans on what's happening at OpenAI. Okay, so Sam Altman recently posted about upcoming features for what's called we're moving in the science fiction world now. We're having our AI speculate what that could possibly mean. Yeah, I know that. See, this is the grown-up mode thing that was mentioned a minute ago. I know that it wasn't. It's not an official thing. ChatGPT will become... One possibility is that it could find specific information, larger and more complex data sets. Yeah, that's the context window part we were talking about a second ago. Showing sources and citations. Kind of like how some other chatbots do that. Summarizing. Okay, so maybe this is just me, but I found the summaries that it does is very effective. I've also read other people online say that you should never do this and that it makes mistakes. And maybe this is just a matter of like how much information they're trying to have it like crunch down and compress versus, you know, a reasonable amount of information, and will have a better, easier job handling that. Don't know. What else did it write here? Tailored workflows for researchers. More robust reference management or direct integration with citation tools. That would be lovely. Plugin interoperability. Okay, and these kind of exist already, and I almost wonder if that was where Anthropic, like a week ago, was talking about that was it called the MCP? Anthropic. Like, this model context protocol, this might solve this for everyone. If we could get all of our research database providers to adopt this, then yeah, that would be not so difficult to do. Connecting with databases that maybe they don't have a set of AI experimenters on hand to, you know, come up with a new protocol to communicate with it. There's always like web scraping, but as we've seen, that can be slow and it can sometimes miss things. It's much better to have like a direct computer-to-computer communication going on. Okay, specialized research mode. I wonder what that would be like, though. So I could almost see this being like, if they could, through some, you know, customization or through some like heavy duty prompt sort of instruction stuff, have the chatbot always challenge whatever you're asking it, or try to come up with like answers that get you to search for more things, sort of imitating the librarian sort of reference interview, where it would maybe be like, have you considered this? Or you never get these questions back from a chatbot where it's like, by the way, you might also be interested in this. Even though you didn't ask for it specifically, I happen to know that there's a very popular title over here, or a new resource that we just added that is very relevant to what you just asked about, although you did not mention it specifically. So that's where it kind of falls flat, where it's like, it's not actively trying to help you. It's giving you the most concise, polite reply possible in the shortest amount of time in CPU power. That would be, I can see that working. Moving down here. Number 3, integration with ChatGPT's code interpreter. Yeah. So the code interpreter and that side has definitely not had as much attention in the last year. I feel like they kind of, they being OpenAI, have kind of left that one on the back burner for a little bit, and then we've had other companies come in with more robust sort of interactive like code building and stuff happening within chat, that maybe they could definitely build that out a lot more and be a game changer for a lot of people. Okay, let me illustrate that a little more. So right now it's very easy to get a to upload some data and then have it come back with some basic charting, or some like it'll do some Python code and interpret it and then clean it up, and then you can see that you can reuse it. But that's kind of where it ends a little bit, and we know there's a lot more because we've seen from other companies, like there's a lot more sort of refinement that could happen without having to start from scratch each time. So almost the same way that what's it called? Not Composer, but the Canvas thing has some enhanced editing tools, like an enhanced editor for data, and especially large data sets. That would be interesting to see. I mean, these are things that like already exist, but having it sort of in a mediated setting through a chat interface, that does not exist, at least as far as I know. Okay, enough about that one. Let's look at number 4. Specialized domains. Yeah. Although, okay, here's an interesting little factoid about the AI industry right now, is that it seems like a lot of startups have already been burned by the fact that these larger companies are able to quickly sort of integrate whatever cool new feature that they've independently made using the same tools. So that's where it's like, yeah, having how did I get on that topic here? Domain specific knowledge. Oh. It's like, yeah, there's already like LexisNexis is already kind of doing this on their own. So are they going to compete with these other major data providers? These huge data sets that are already out there? I mean, they could, but maybe it'll be more like a direct partnership thing. Who knows? This is where I do not. We're all sort of guessing on that one. I imagine there's some contractual things involved with that type of setup. More detailed explanations, yeah, technical jargon. I mean, this part you can kind of already do with creating a custom GPT. But the steps that it takes to do that, and then the QA that you need to do after you've done that, it does make it kind of out of the reach for a lot of people that would maybe benefit from this the most. Like, no one has time to do take those extra steps. Okay, what else do we have here? Conclusion. Okay, those all sound plausible, but what do you... the time it would take to implement them. I'm just doing this because I think we'll be able to hypothetical things and then maybe look at what is the most likely to happen. Considerations. Well, based on ChatGPT's own metacognition, self-analysis, it seems to think that enhancing the data analysis part, maybe that kind of fits the deep research feature the most. I mean, currently a lot of this stuff, like the machine learning data sort of integration things, are happening in things called a Jupyter Notebook. So if you're in like the hard science world, probably you've already heard of this, but if not, this is interesting to check out, is how this is working. Container friendly. So the idea with this is that you're saving your researchers and future researchers a lot of steps by having a Okay, what's a good way to put this? It used to be that you would get a journal article, and then their baby be like a table or something, or like a citation. Here's where to download the thing. But then with a Jupyter Notebook, you could have it set up where it's like clicking over to here's how we synthesize this data, and they can build off it. And it's all within the browser. It's very futuristic. The other one like that is also a collab note. Is that what it's called? I spelled it wrong. Google Collab is kind of a similar thing from what I've seen. I don't use these very often, but I know of them, and it seems like yeah, if OpenAI came up with their own version of that, and it was working easier or better than other ones, that would be interesting. Ooh, let's get out of here. Let's close these windows. I think that was, we looked at, oh, the one thing we have not yet looked at today. And let me check the time here. We're going to take a 5-minute break. I will be back and we'll try out these things. We'll figure out how they did this too, but I was very interested to hear about this one. So just a little reminder here in chat, so when people join, they are not confused by no one being on screen. Be right back. 5 p.m. Taking a quick... right. Enjoy the sounds of the medieval library background music that we have. Maybe I'll actually throw that. I made that over here. I didn't make it. I customized it. And we'll be right back. Whoops, there we go. I was on mute. How did we do on time? Am I... Oh, I'm a minute late. Sorry about that. There were some chocolate candies that were over near the staff kitchenette area. Thank you, staff person, whoever brought those. I brought some more. What were we talking about? Sorry, I found that after like the first 2 or 3 streams doing this, very important to have a break in the middle just to walk around and like kind of wake yourself up. So thank you for the patience here. Oh, this music generator. Oh, we were gonna look at the Minecraft stuff, right? That's the... Let's see. So for those of you who don't know, Minecraft is a sort of a research area for me. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, I gotta try it out. The whole gist of this, let's look at their website first. They are, instead of, it's not a Minecraft clone. They've come up with a way to generate Minecraft, and it's just kind of mind-blowing how this works. Let's read. How Oasis AI works. Frames go in, frames go out. That's the base. No, there's more to that. And by the way, I know I sometimes sound like a Minecraft villager on these streams. I'm always like, it's like burnt in my memories now. So, okay, it is a breakthrough in real-time AI-generated gaming combining advanced diffusion models with specialized neural architectures. The system processes player inputs and generates high-quality frames at 25 frames per second. Okay. It is a deep learning model that generates images gradually, denoising patterns. Yeah. So... Okay, where are we going in the future? Yeah. Say more. There's actually 2 Minecraft-related AI projects that have me interested right now. There's this one, which is about generating Minecraft levels just from images. The other one, it was like there's like a Minecraft town that they with like chatbots or something. Yeah. This is the other one that's sort of fun. Spreading Pastafarianism. That's hilarious. I actually just got a pasta maker for holidays. Okay. Yeah, this is another... Here, I'll paste this one too. It's another... When was this? November this year? Okay, fairly recent. Here's another... Oh, okay, this is a... Oh, this URL is too long. It literally won't let me paste it into our chat here, so... How else can we send this? Not that one. Oh, here's... Okay, this one looks like... Oh, wait, what was this? Okay. Well, this is from the MIT Technology Review, so I feel this is an authoritative source here. You can read about it if you can get past their captive portal thing here. But we're not going to do that one. We're going to check out this one. So, okay, there's a way to upload a screenshot. Okay, which we have. We have some screenshots from past streams here. Let's just try one of these out. And do I need to... I hope I don't need to create an account. Nope. Oh, give me some sound here. Whoa! Okay, we're just gonna bring down that volume a little bit here. I'll read it in a dramatic voice too, so we can kind of get the full effect. You are about to enter a first-of-its-kind virtual model, a game engine trained by millions of gameplay hours. Every step you take will shape the environment around you in real time. In a world where Minecraft can be simulated, we choose a map. Okay, enough of that. Oh, wow. Okay, Desert Expanse. Ooh. Okay. It's my mouse is now captured, and this is really freaky. Wow. Okay, so what you're seeing is not actually a rendered game, but it's generated from an original frame, and the rest of it is just completely simulated. And wow. Okay. Oh, there's some keys that it says at the bottom here. What's in my virtual inventory that doesn't exist? What? Okay. Okay, this is not translating that well over the stream, but the fact that there's a little bit of a lag in the way that this game is playing right now, and just the fact that it is very imprecise. So you see my mouse is kind of like, oh, but I can't actually select anything. Can I? Oh, you can. But it's so funny that it just changed. Wow. Okay. Where I don't know what to. Oh, there's a contest going on right now too. Oh, and there's a time limit. Oh wow, we got to get out of this. There's a time limit. Continue. I got to get out of the inventory. I'm gonna say something really corny right now, but let's see how far the rabbit hole goes here. We're just gonna keep. If I continue to travel in the simulated Minecraft to the edge of the world, what is beyond? What is beyond that Minecraft world? And the music's like, I feel like I'm in Interstellar right now. That, you know. Okay. Oh, I should actually try to break a block, though. It's not Minecraft without. Oh, wow. So for those of you who don't know, in the real Minecraft, the video game, not the actual, the real Minecraft, where the video game Minecraft, there is a strange phenomenon where if you, oh no, I think I broke it. Oh, okay, we're suddenly in a cave now. This is just not working. Oh no. Anyway, in the real Minecraft, what? Okay, I just right-clicked and it decided that it was gonna. What? Okay, this is very dreamlike in a creepy way. Where, I mean, I don't know about you, but that's how my dream transitions happen. Where I'm in one scene and then I turn my head and then I'm in a completely different scene, and that's kind of how this is working right now. Like, if I turn around, this is just like every CG special effect from like all of the Christopher Nolan films all at once. Okay, but now this is like I cannot explain how discombobulating this is right now to try to play this and talk to you at the same time. Okay. Well, we've got 50 seconds left. We gotta just... Now we're running. So, recently, the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, was saying that, like, he sees in the future or he's predicting something like in the future all games will be like this. Everything will be generated. Not polygons, but actual like, you know, giving it well, I don't know what you give it. You would be instructions, you would, it's hard to say. All right, let me give you my sci-fi prediction for the future. I think we're headed towards video gaming and just like movie and media stuff in general, where it'll be kind of like the game. Is this the right one? Monster Rancher for the PS1. Does anyone else remember? Yes, this is the one. Okay. Oh, and support Wikimedia. The reason why I keep going back to this one is because the way this worked, it was a game, but it kind of a Pokemon ripoff, not really. But it gave you the ability as a tween gamer to go to your parents' movie or video or CD. Actually, it was only CDs, I should say. Go to their CD library, and then you could take all these random CDs, and then you would load the game, and then you'd swap out the disc, and there was something about it would read like one track on the disc, and it would come up with a new monster just based on like the checksum in that disc. So it was kind of, in a way, this was like generative sort of creativity stuff. And we gotta get rid of this background music because that's super distracting right now. There we go. It was an interesting sort of setup because it was a game where you got to consume other media and then it became part of that other game that you're playing. So this got me very interested. What year was this? 1997? Got me very interested in the idea of like, what if you could just have like what if I could take the book and then I could just like feed that into some other system and it would just create a world around that. And I think that's kind of where we're headed with some of these AI tools, is the ability to take a book, like book to video. We've got image to image or text to image. We've got video to video, but having an actual like everything is contained within that one media, and then it's going to be regurgitated into this other sort of 3D interactive setup. How do we get talking about this? Oh, that's the way that this setup sort of works. We should be able to upload our own image and then have it generate something from that. And I have just the image for that. There's a couple years ago on stream, we did a recreation of Mitchell Park Library before that library. No. First we did the first Palo Alto City Library, which doesn't exist anymore. We did a recreation of that from different archival images and floor plans that we found. Then we did another one of Mitchell Park Library, where I am right now, but the original building before it was renovated. In both cases, the buildings don't exist anymore, so we're able to use things like Google Maps or like, you know, black and white photos from things, and we're able to kind of generate from that. Oddly enough, a few years later, after the Monster Rancher stuff, I remember being in at Clark University, we used to have these staff or faculty presentations. It's called like the Half Baked series, and it was like work in progress sort of things that people were doing, like not sort of like unpublished stuff, active research things. And I think it was Michael Siegel. I might be wrong. He was talking about his PhD thesis, which was based on like recreating scenes or like 3D models from really old Italian neorealist films. So Italian neorealism. So the Italian neorealism film movement was all about sort of, it was like kind of like social media before social media. These were some of the first films where it was created with like handheld cameras and like non-professional actors and like in actual places in the real world, not on a set. And so that project, his research was about, taking these film clips and then being able to come up with like where was it actually situated and like what's the actual place. There's another really famous one too like this. It was oh, it's that one where it's like it was a fake documentary of some sort. Fake documentary about Alaska, I think was the uh Alaska, or might have been, no, I think it might have been Antarctica. This is just gonna come with a bunch of, no, this is not. I wish I could remember the name of this one, but it was they did a similar project where it was like, because it was a film shot where it was like a camera pan from left to right. And so you can take those individual frames and then reconstruct like the same way that like a panoramic, you know, shot on your phone works now. But this was using like really, really like 100 year ago, like archival film type stuff. Anyway, just the idea of like taking the media that we already have and then being able to recombine it in some new way like that. AI is definitely going to be a big part of that. And this project alone kind of proves that, is like, look what we can do with just Minecraft. And this is hosted on, I don't know who's behind this. Well, how are they paying for all these servers to do this? We need more info, because this cannot be cheap to. Oh, is this a company? This is like a product demo that they're doing then, I guess. I want to learn more about this though. A first of its kind video model. Okay, let's see if we can find. Oh, that one worked. These are from the last stream, but somewhere on our website. Somewhere on our website, Palo Alto City Library, Minecraft. We might be. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Okay, let's take. Oh no. Oh, by the way, you can download this thing too. So if you want to go there, what? Maybe we gotta open images, new tab. Okay, well, here's our. I can't believe that we're doing this right now. We're gonna see if we can go into this game screenshot of our first library using this very new, very new tool. Oh wow, and I actually left the because this was a screenshot, we can see it was from 2 years ago, September 8 p.m. Is that right? I don't know. We gotta wait for our turn though to do this. Oh, there's a wait line. Did someone on stream do this? Did you jump ahead of me in line? That's okay. We'll wait for this to work to see if it'll let us play this game save. I honestly forgot that we had this other thing on our site still. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I forgot that we had this download here. Oh, here's the entire, right. You want to don't go into the folder. You gotta, I just did this wrong again. What? Download it here? Yeah, and it's a small file too. I mean, it's only one building, so it's not that amazing. Let's see if this is. We're still waiting for this to. Built by whom and whom? Oh, technical report. Okay, let's see how much of this we can understand from October, Halloween this year. Let me also paste this in here too. This is a bunch of, well, this is the same thing on their site, except it is in a one-page format here. Oh, here's some other Oh no, that's the same. This looks so different, this middle one, that I was like, that's a different game they tried. Huh. Okay, is this... We're still waiting here. Who's the NVIDIA CEO says, coding is dead. That's not what I meant to search for. Everything will be generated. That's fully generated games by 2030. Okay, that was the full quote. I missed a few things here. He had a date attached to that. 2030 seems like it's a long time away, but I got news for you folks. Tomorrow, actually 2 days from now, is 2025. So if Jensen's saying that we're 5 years away from this, I mean, maybe some of this is like, marketing hype. Maybe this perfectly tracks with the amount of like compute that it would take to do something like that. Huh. And there's another Tom's Hardware article. Translation for all predictions. 10 plus years. We have no idea, but it might happen someday. 5 to 10 years. We have an idea how we could do it. We have no idea if it will work or what would be needed to make it work. Okay, so we're in that. We're somewhere between the we have no idea what it would be needed and we have some working prototype that shows promise. Yep, that's sounds about right. Thank you, Tupac, 9 months ago, who wrote this. Under 1 year. We just need some polish and to handle all the unusual cases, maybe some minor hurdles. Tech is basically ready. Yeah, I believe he may be attempting to sell more graphics cards. That is a reasonable response to this claim, because we haven't really seen it yet. By 2030, we'll be able to simply ask for new episodes of the TV show Friends, or new episodes of anything. I've actually I've seen some example of this just within the past day, where someone came up with a it was like a comfy UI workflow to reproduce the claymation sort of style of a TV show that I'm forgetting the name of. It was okay. This is sort of lowbrow, I'll admit, but it was Celebrity Deathmatch, which I think was on MTV in the 90s or something. But like they came up with a pretty decent replication of that style, and then you were just telling it which characters were fighting each other. And it was sort of, I mean, it was silly. This is the silliest example I could probably come up with, but yeah, this. And that was 9 months ago. Wait, so let's do the timeline here. 9 months ago was in March. And then was this... Oh, we're still waiting here. When did this report come out? October? End of October? So like 8 months later, we get this? There must be some other examples. We'll pull up our chatbot friend here. Let's search the web for. Can you think of or can you find examples of video games that are stable, I don't know if that's the right term to use, that are diffusion. Ooh, we got some typos here. Based generations rather than 3D renders. I'll say or 2D. Hopefully it understands that question. We gotta make this window a little bit bigger so we can read it. Game Gen X, the diffusion transformer model designed for generating open world game video. Wait. Oh, someone did this with Doom also. 20 frames per second. Okay, I've not heard of this one either. Google DeepMind Genie. What is that? Subsidiary of Alphabet. Founded in 2010, Google acquired 2014. I think this is not, this is maybe not, this is just a, oh. Startup began by working on AI technology by teaching it how to play games, old games. Well, that was a side quest there that we don't need to go down. What else did it say here? Game Gen, the Doom one. When was this Doom one? August. Okay. So far, this claim was fairly accurate. And what else we got here? Did we click on this one too? Submitted around the same time. So right around the same time as that Minecraft one we just looked at. Huh. How about that? What are some cool things this could do? This works with Minecraft, but what about some other types of games? Yeah, procedural content generation, that's kind of... I think this part's already happening. Like, behind the scenes, you know, it's speeding up game development. Character animations, I mean, it's kind of like the motion capture stuff that you can... Well, that was not... I was hoping for a little more meat in that reply here. Perhaps we need to phrase this a different way. Let's check back on our upload. Are we still... it's still not letting us in. Wait, what was... We just skipped something over here. Seems their website's going a little slow, so that's a problem. The first real-time generated AI open world model. However, I can't tell. Maybe it's going slow because I'm streaming at the same time, and this is not. I'm on a backup internet connection right now. Yes, going incredibly slow. How much have we got? Okay, another half hour here today. I am open to answering questions live. Let me check my email to see if anyone has perhaps messaged me during the stream with questions for our stream. And what do we got? Nope, nothing in there. Chat here. Okay, this page is finally loaded. Wow, this is happening fast. We have various online personalities weighing in on this. Not sci-fi anymore, they say. Okay, some other... Huh. Well, what's the most recent one? Is it this article that is... Oh, Descartes has raised another 32 million. Okay, this is, how far back do we go? Only to the start of that paper. I want to learn more about this company, Descartes. Not that Descartes, but they got a Wikipedia article? No, that's... See, this is the problem. Here's the issue that AI will hopefully help us solve, which is I was clearly not asking about the philosopher. Okay. Okay, the idea was actually from 2022. Named after the Ready Player One novel and film. Okay, so maybe that has something to do with why. I think so frequently, or at least this is what I've seen anyway. If you know the right developer forums to read or are following the right people on various social media platforms, you can kind of get an idea of what they're working on before they do big public releases like this, like the one they did on Halloween this year. So there's probably, if we wanted to go back, we could probably find some discussion on some NVIDIA developer forum about like, hey, I had this idea about doing next frame prediction with a diffusion model. How might I do that? Or it was something that was like heavily researched as they were here over at the Israel Institute of Technology, where they met their co-founder. And maybe this is also has like a paper to go along with it too. What do we get for citations here? It's kind of all from their website at this moment. Any talk? Anyone discussing this one? Okay, we're getting into some Wikipedia arguments. Oh, that's not interesting at all. Let's go back here. Oh, okay. Oh, no, okay. That's why. My session expired. I guess it doesn't once you get to that time limit. Yes, yes. We're in. Okay. remember, folks, this was based on an image that I just uploaded from a recreation of our library that doesn't exist anymore. And things are getting kind of Halloween-y already. This is now, oh, see? Okay, we can kind of see how this works now, right? So, I'm, okay. We just saw it take that initial image, which was nothing like normal Minecraft. I was in creative mode. And then after a few quick turns, we're back to what is essentially like what most of its training data probably looks like is this exact scene. This is like vanilla Minecraft you just started. But we immediately lost that very important detail, which was like what happened to that building that we were looking at. That was kind of important. Oh, that was really it was a little disappointing, wasn't it? That but okay, let's at least see what this is. I was really hoping that it would, like, I don't know what I was thinking, that we would go through the doors and it would have its own bookshelves and everything, and it would know. No, that's not how. That is not at all how this works. That's not how any of this works. And now we have, I think I pushed it to the limit with that upload, because now we are looking at what is a nice shade of yellow. It's a decent hue, but it's not, are we in the desert now? I don't know. Yep, no, we crashed it. Oh, where are we now? Suddenly it's colder. Winter is here. Huh. Well, okay, that's enough of that. We don't have to wait for 2 minutes to say that this is not, it's not quite ready for prime time, but it is an interesting idea, and like the concept alone is kind of fun. I have seen, okay, one other example of this that kind of illustrates the same point again. Someone created it was like an 8-bit video game using AI screenshots, something like that. Yeah, okay. Help us out, Alex. Bring it back. We need some relevancy here.
Build a video game just with the screenshot you see here, no coding whatsoever. What we're gonna do is we're gonna
similar idea, but
we're going to plug it into an AI tool, and we're going to start building the game. No coding at all, no programming. Let's go. So what you see here is Cursor. Cursor is the most powerful AI
Let's
tool
go.
I've ever used in my life. Just through an AI prompt, you're able to start building out different apps and games. Doesn't matter if you never coded before. What I'm going to do is open the terminal, and we're going to install React. React is a web app technology used to build most of the web apps you see online today. We're going to use this to build the Mario game. So first thing we're going to do is open up a folder.
Ooh, Nintendo's not going to like that.
Open folder. I built this Mario folder
Alex,
here.
I have bad news for you.
Once we're in there, we can do Command tilde.
You're going to get a copyright strike, and it's all over from there, man.
X, create.
Only get 3 of those, and your channel's done.
React app. We're going to call it Mario game. Hit enter.
All right.
This is going to start installing React into this folder.
Okay, we don't need to stick around for the React install.
I just showed you.
Input, let's see where the rubber meets the road here. Oh, and there's an advertisement. This is where the rubber actually meets the road. Is working better on your goals on Monday.com. Sign up for free today. I just did an ad for them.
Take the characters.
Okay, but
the AI out, and I'm going to say
okay.
A 2D platformer similar to the one.
So he's got an IDE over here, and then over in the sidebar is a chatbot thing.
So I just Googled Super Mario 2D. Got this screenshot.
We got a screenshot.
Right there, you can see there.
In the future, everyone will be able to create their own Super Mario.
And jump on the turtle's head to kill them. I can iterate here. So we can do some comparisons.
We're getting closer.
Let's make it say, okay, let's add.
You know what?
eBay.
Okay, I'm gonna pause this for a second. This makes me realize that everyone has a I'm talking to my chatbot voice, which is different than your normal voice. It is a little bit
So here,
slower.
let's make it look more like the screenshot. We put that in. All right.
So he's doing this
So we're doing a little bit
all
more
in a web
styling
browser.
on the
It's a
enemies.
browser-based game. That's probably
There.
important to.
Wait.
Oh, another ad. Okay, let's get out of there. Caution, advertisement. Huh. Well, and then there's other stuff like here where been blocked from that one. Machine learning is fun, part 7. I feel like this is not, yeah, he's not the only person to, oh, this is different. This is organizing screenshots. Although, let's keep going with this one because I'm curious to see what they did differently than any other type of photo app that can do that type of recognition. Okay, we're talking about things where it didn't work. Automating the process. You can do it based on the file name format. Use Gemini AI. Okay, that is novel. That is new. Okay. So that's kind of interesting. Using, I mean, let's not forget, so far we've only talked in the stream really about like chatbots to write more text or chatbots that will, or I should say diffusion models that will generate an image from text or a text to video. We've not done much showing like just image recognition in general. So let's take something that we're going to borrow. Let's just borrow, let's borrow this cat. Cat steampunk _ gamer. I'm going to try to trick the AI here, and I'm going to change that name because that might be, if it can read the file name, we're giving it a little bit too much of a clue about what is on that screen. And I'm just going to call it image.jpg. And let's see if it can recognize this. I need to prove a point here, which is that it can see things in a really strange way that you don't think that, unless you're like a coder doing like image recognition stuff, you probably have never seen this. So, okay, attach a file from here. I've uploaded the image. What's in this photo? I really hope it gets it right. Ah, it did. Okay, but there might be another element that I missed here. So, in case you don't know this, some image generators, let's see if it's true with this one. Sometimes they will have hidden metadata in there that's describing. Oh, we got. Nah, I don't think that's the case. There might be. Nah. Doesn't seem to be anything. Huh. I mean, there's still the chance that it could have some other hidden metadata it's in the file, and that was maybe the prompt was included in there, something like that. So let's do it with something that is definitely not, because this looks like it might have been generated from, you know, a stable diffusion type thing. Let's instead take something that does not have any description of it online. Oh, hey, like this. Okay. I highly, highly doubt that it has a knowledge of this stream right now. So let's go back here. And we're going to upload a screenshot. Okay. We've just uploaded a screenshot of our own stream. And let's see how well it can... Oh, I didn't ask it to do anything, though. What else do you see in the image? I think that it could probably, from its many images that have been uploaded, recognize the fact that that's an OBS. That's our streaming software. That layout is that's what that looks like. It knows that we are on YouTube Live. There's a stream in progress. It could read the text in the image. I currently have 0 viewers, and that's also true. Folks left by this time in chat. I totally appreciate that. You gotta drive home, whatever. Chat box on the side. Yeah. Oh wow, I got that. See? It seems to be working. Oh, it's enhancing the visual style. Thank you. Actually, this background was this background is also made by AI, so there's that. The scene transition panel is made. Okay. Describe the person streaming. Let's see if it can actually. Can it actually see? They're wearing headphones. Attach. Very true. Concentrating on the stream. Actually, it's a cardigan. I was in my librarian wardrobe today. Okay, well, I think I've proved my point here. It can see some things. And this was not something that had any, like, metadata to go with it. Although, what we forgot to do was change that. So, it might have got a tip when it saw that the image I uploaded was a screenshot. We need to find something that it could not possibly ever have seen uploaded elsewhere. Or, since we're getting close to the end of the stream, or we could leave that for next time. So let's talk a little bit about the future of this stream. Because I know from just like the past week or two, a bunch of people are emailing asking if they can do this in person. I underestimated the number of people that use our library that do not use Google products at all. So this YouTube setup has been a bit of a friction point. I am considering opening this up as like a more drop-in public Q&A thing. And yes, I know the screenshot a minute ago said that no one's watching right now. That's okay. I can see from the analytics that this gets way more views in the next like 24 hours than it does live. On that note, I'm also considering a new time and place. No, well, not a new place. It'll be here in the reboot room. But maybe a new time of the week where this will work better, especially for, people who use our libraries. Thinking maybe like a lunchtime sort of drop-in thing, like a 12 to 1 thing. So if, sort of a easy sort of time during the weekday, we can also consider some weekend events or maybe some like by appointment type stuff. What I found is that a lot of the questions we get are they're very interesting, but there's a lot of nuance to them that's difficult to answer live, especially when I don't have the opportunity to like ask any follow-up questions or like try to get more context around the answer or the question. I mean, I keep getting those backwards. We'll consider some new formats to make this more conducive to conversations. At that same time, let me also say there's an upcoming event in February associated with that Silicon Valley Reads event that I mentioned earlier. We are planning a special edition stream on a Tuesday for that one specifically. And for that event, I mean. And well, we are here in my final moments on stream today. Let's just look at our website and let me see if there's anything else that you should know about as an interested AI user. I think. Oh, okay. Since this is the end of the year, I absolutely have to promote the fact that our top 24 book lists are out now. That's what we're doing right now. Oh, I did read this blog post the other day too. You might want to read that one if you're curious about what we've been doing here. Let's look at these ones. Staff best of, and unfortunately I forgot to add one this year. Some stuff here. The top checkouts. I have not looked at this yet. We've got 9 holds on 18 copies. The Heaven and Earth grocery store. I have not. Wow. I have to admit I have not heard of. Okay, maybe three books in this list. Anyway, these all look, I mean, they're getting checked out for a reason. So that's, you can get these types of lists here, or if you want more general, like best of things, and there's one more here for kids. Let me not forget to mention that. You can also go here and check out these ones. I feel like a lot of people, they don't know about these links until it's like they ask us and then we point it out. But we also have these award winners listed here. Movie and TV award winners. We've got bestsellers listed here. What's this recent? Oh, these are just recently reviewed ones too. So yeah, I have to. It is mandatory as a librarian. I gotta promote these things because it is fresh, brand new on our website. Also today, I think I'll end it a little bit early today because we started early. But thank you again. You know, it's been a long month. We've been doing this every Monday except for one Monday. Since like the end of November. I really appreciate the questions you ask, and the things that we've discovered on stream. This would not have been possible without the support of the library here, our wonderful Palo Alto City government and citizens and people who are library appreciators like me. There's more to come. So, yeah, stay tuned and definitely bookmark. Oh, sorry, one more. If you want to stay up to date on the latest things here, you don't have that reboot room page. That's where we are right now. That's Mitchell Park Library, second floor. It's right next to the sci-fi mystery section and the group study rooms. There will be some more things featured here soon. So we're at the end of the year, kind of recalibrating. But I look forward to seeing you in 2025. So